Hello there, I'm Kevin, aka Toying Around.
I'm Yoko, also known as Live and La Vida Yoko.
Hey, I'm Paulie from Bitter Asian Dude Inc.
I'm Ernie, also known as the one and only Fallen Fett.
We're four friends chatting about our love for Star Wars, toy collecting, and pop culture. You're listening to the Boba Squadron podcast. Paul, a lot of new pre-orders this week. Mm-hmm. What did you get?
I was going to do this anyways, but I had some retail therapy that needed to happen, stuff going on in my life. And so I pre-ordered all the new Hot Toy releases that got dropped this week for May the 4th. I got the Battle Droid, the Clone Trooper, the Clone Pilot, R2-D2, and C-3PO. I did them, was ordering them through Sideshow Collectibles, and on top of that, there was the new Darth Maul, the Clone Wars Darth Maul that was out there, and the K2SO, like the assassin droid, not the assassin droid, the KX Enforcer droid that was shown in Book of Boba Fett. You know, it's that Terminator-esque scene shot where a bunch of them are walking through the probe droids flying in the air on Mandalore after the Night of 1,000 Tears. So that's like 7 of them I went to pre-order. I mean, they're not coming till 2023. Anna, my lovely wife, they're not coming till 2023. They're for the channel. It's business investment. This is all legit stuff. But and so I clicked, complete order, check out, and nothing happened. And I was like, oh. Did I not? And sometimes it happens on my trackpad. You click, you tap it, and it doesn't register. So I clicked again, and nothing happened. And I was like, oh, click. And then I started getting these notifications, these email notifications from PayPal, and it was like, oh, you have paid this, 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 you have paid this. 32 notifications.
32.
Oh my God! How fast did you click that button?
I didn't. The site was lagging. The site was lagging, and so when I clicked it, it was like, and I was like, oh, and it just kept doing it
32 times.
Well,
7 figures.
So here's the thing. So for each of them, when you order on Sideshow, you have to pay a non-refundable deposit. Right. So like 7 of them, right? So you pay the non-refundable, and then it says, do you wish to pay the rest now? And I'm like, yeah, I pay up front. And then I'll just wait for them to come in, right? And so in that way, it's less of a hassle. And so you do that times, so that's 7 times 2, that's 14. It happened 3 times. So it just sort of went through. And I saw that and was like, oh my God. And I was like, I'm going to be murdered. My wife is going to murder me. She's not going to believe me. It's like, sure. And so I was like on the Sideshow website looking for please help me. I need to cancel these orders. Like, please.
Yeah, where is somebody?
I was looking for a phone number. I was looking for an email address. And then there was a chat thing. It was like, oh, thank God. And so I clicked on that and I thought for sure I was going to get a bot, but it was an actual human being on the other side.
Oh, really?
And they went through and they canceled all the other orders. And so Anna hasn't said to me yet because she has access to my Bitter Asian Dude email as well. And it's all through there, right? And so she hasn't said anything yet about all the PayPal things that have gone through. And then the whole, this has been, your order has been accepted. Your order has been accepted. Your order has been accepted. Your order has been canceled. Your order has been canceled. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So 7 Hot Toys times 32 orders?
No.
Were you not listening, Kev? He went through this. It's 2 emails per item that he got.
Oh, 2 emails per
times 3, right?
Yeah. So it's
Thank
like 14 times 3. So it's like 42 notifications. But the good news is it's all
already.
It's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good.
I'm so glad you got taken care of. My stomach hurts right now just from hearing that. Like I would have flipped out. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was way worse.
Like, God.
But also way funnier thinking you did 32 orders.
Yeah. And then at the end leaving it, well, I guess when they come in, I'll sort it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you pressed it 32 times. I was like, you spent
No. I clicked it a number of times, but it registered 3 times so that the order went through 3 times. But the thing is, and that's something on Sideshow, they should look at that site because once an order goes through, it should just go through. You shouldn't have to like. It should be like you shouldn't be able to do that. Like click multiple times and have the same thing come through all those times. So that's a website issue. It's not. It's not my fault. It was all
No.
like it was lagging. Shut up, Kevin. Shut up.
Well,
I do feel like we can all imagine it though. If you just
Yeah.
hey, yeah, exactly, Yoko. What's going? Click, 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 click. Come on, click, 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 click.
That's what happened.
Oh wow! But you got him. Hey, that's the main part.
I got them. So we'll see. And then I was looking at lightsabers because, Yoko was kind enough to pick me up a Cal Kestis lightsaber and have it shipped to me from Disney parks, which is awesome. But I missed out on the Ahsoka Tano, the pre-order. And then when they were up again very briefly on the website and Yoko let us know, I was late to getting that notification. Like it was a couple of hours later when I got that message or actually saw it. So when I went on, they were sold out again. Now they're listed as being low on stock, but they're still sold out, which I guess makes sense if you're low on stock and you're sold out.
I think when it came back the second time, it said low on stock. So maybe that just didn't come off. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I bet they show up again at some point, but they haven't hit the parks yet. So
yeah,
I guess we'll see.
It sucks you missed the notification, but it probably got lost in your 32 PayPal emails, pop-ups.
I can't hear you. I'm watching the hockey game.
Well, I pre-ordered the R2D2 hot toy one time. Just once.
How much is it? I think I want that one too. And
$270 US.
$270. I will reconsider.
Yeah, but I mean, for the price of the other ones that are out, and to see all those accessories, like the one that Paul was showing off the last Sunday. Then he compared the other two, and I saw this one. I was like, oh, well, here's a better, cheaper alternative for now. I know that price, but it's actually something I'm thinking about, but I probably can't because my Boba just started. So
right. Well, they're similar though.
They do have payment plans.
Yeah, they do, and it's not coming out till 2023.
So you got a whole year before they start charging you.
Oh, really? You can make it later?
Yep.
Yeah, they do it the last. Yeah, it's before it ships, so it's like the last few months before it's expected to ship.
So I just need the deposit.
Yeah, and the deposit was like $18, $27. $27 deposit, and then you start paying in January.
Maybe we can have a yard sale, Kevin, and then we can come up with enough to get it.
Yeah, but they are worth it, and they do retain their resale value. And right now, the R2 that I have, the first deluxe Hot Toys R2 is still. I mean, it's up there. I've seen it anywhere up as high as $700 US.
Ooh,
to be honest.
Wow.
So I got it for less than that.
Yeah,
but you can see how much it has gone up. And these things, that's the great thing about Hot Toys. And did you see the boxes that they came up with for them? The new, I mean, that packaging alone is just looks so great.
Like a retro Kenner style box.
Yeah, and they've got the window and everything.
Ooh,
and it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's like, and it's still, for me, because the boxes are so big too, it's like Hot Toys, the figures just scream, take me out of the box. Take me out. Put me on display. Use all the accessories. Pose me. Take pictures of me. Show me off. And I don't really feel like that with a lot of the Black Series stuff. The Black Series in box, yeah, great, but you keep them in box. And Hot Toys is like, no. You got to free them from the little prisons, and you got to get them out there.
Yeah, so $300 mint in box seems crazy to me.
Yeah,
But
I'm sure there are people out there who do that. But it's like, man, I want to play with that for $300.
Yep.
There's something about it too. I mean, me being an inbox collector, they absolutely do. You look at it and you just want to touch it. You want to play with it. You want to pose it and put all of those pieces on it and see what you can come up with. You really do.
Yeah.
You want to brush his hair and change his clothes.
Sometimes, yes.
They also have,
Absolutely.
what's really cool is too, what I'm doing at home when I was at home was just sort of grouping them together for displays, right? So I'm thinking of different really cool ways of putting all the stormtroopers together, the Imperial forces, and all the droids together and stuff. And like, how am I gonna? I'm gonna add the Gonki with the Jawa in with the rest of the droids. And there's K2SO, who's just so much taller. And it's like, do I take him off the stand in the base and put him down? Because the astromech droids don't have bases because they don't need them, right? You can just put them down there. Whereas K2SO, because it's like a humanoid figure, sometimes he needs the assist. But I can pose him so he's standing on his own, right? So that's a lot of fun to do as well. It's just like how to get them so they look more interactive with each other and more dynamic in terms of the display. Instead of just like the regular, not that there's anything wrong with it, but the museum poses where they're just standing there, right?
Well, our week, Yoko, you and Ernie and his wife, you all went down to Disneyland for May the 4th, while Paul and I were stuck here in Canada like chumps.
Working.
But at least Paul ordered $143,000 worth of toys.
No,
You two went to Disney. Share with us what happened.
Disneyland.
I had a great time. I thought it was wonderful. It was a Corinne and I's anniversary. We got married on May the 4th 3 years ago. We usually do an event, trivia up here with the Starlight Digest and that, but this year we wanted to get away, make it special. So we did. And then we found out Yoko was going. We met up with Yoko and Fred.
Yay, Fred.
We finally brought Fred and Ernie together.
Yeah, and it was great, man. I was telling them, in all honesty, as we made it through the day and we were talking, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but sometimes you can meet somebody and it's really like, yeah, we've talked to them all the time, but then you don't interact well. Like, okay, we'll be seeing you. Thanks.
In real life, you mean? Like, so there was
And that's
sort of
how it was at Disneyland.
Right. Yeah. So then when Yoko left, and then I was like, oh, no, it was really nice. It was awesome. Fred is a great dude. We were chatting the whole time. We had a bit of a mishap, which I apologize at the beginning with my ticket, but then we got it sorted out and everything started rolling around. And I thought we had a great time. It was cool. It was really hot. Lots of people, lots of cool Star Wars going on, especially because they had the Star Wars night event. But I had a blast. It was a lot of fun. Haven't gone with people in a very long time. So
nice.
Corinne doesn't count as people.
No, we're each other's road dogs. We're buddy and buddy, so we got each other all the time.
Oh, okay. So she doesn't count as real company.
No, that's the only company I have. So when it comes to other ones, it's nice to get out there. I probably didn't even shut up all day, right, Yoko?
It was a lot of fun.
Oh, nice answer.
He did not answer that question. Wow.
He was giving everybody stickers but me.
I'm so sorry.
He pulled the whole, I'll give you one later. And later never happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Celebration.
Yeah. And
I'll have a whole stack for you. I'm sorry.
But it was great. No, it was, I made an kind of impromptu trip. I decided to go like 2 weeks ago. Needed a dose of friendship and vitamin D is what I said. Needed a break from the dreary weather up here. So it was nice. My skin really drank in that sunshine. It felt great. It was super busy, especially in Galaxy's Edge where we were most of the day, with it being May the 4th, of course. The one bummer was, I think some of the stuff they were supposed to have for May the 4th wasn't there on time, or they decided to save it for the evening event. Mm-hmm. So like some of the food items that had been advertised that would be there during the day for May the 4th was not actually there, which was a bummer for me because the food is at least 50% of the reason why I go.
Food is a huge part, right?
Yeah, and they had a lot of the special stuff, like Yoko was saying, and it wasn't showing up or anything. Yeah. But I did see it that night, so it was. Yeah.
And like some of the stuff hit the parks today.
Yeah.
So yeah, bummer. But having said that, it was still really fun. We were able to go on some rides too, which I wasn't necessarily expecting because I thought I just figured the lines would be crazy, but it was fun. Rides, we got some food. I did not choke on my Ronto wrap.
Yay! You're
Yeah.
learning.
She did very well. I was waiting for the
Good,
choke
good.
sign the whole time,
Yeah.
but she did.
That's what happens when you chew your food
Yeah. Yep.
instead of trying to eat it like a duck.
So you had, your Ronto wrap.
Mhm.
Did you get to taste any other delicious Disney foods?
I didn't have anything that I hadn't had before, I think. But, it was like you know what though? So Fred actually got me a blue milk in one of those special new cups. And, I honestly did not like the milks when I tried them before. And I don't know. It just, it was really good to me this time. I drank the whole thing, the whole glass of blue milk, and I would totally get it again. So
I saw your Instagram post and I was
Yeah.
super jealous.
yeah.
Like, it looks so good and you look so happy and just so cool with that cup and your sunglasses on and sun was shining, like Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here alone in my apartment with the rain going on outside.
Aw.
I wish I could have celebrated Star Wars Day.
Well, I mean, that's exactly why I came, though, right? This is alone in the rain. So yeah, it was a great break.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What about Star Wars Day? Was there exclusive merch?
Oh.
Was there exclusive merch that you were able to acquire?
There were a bunch of pins.
Mhm.
Got some pins. I have them right here, but this is a audio podcast, so I can save the sharing for later.
Post a picture and
I
check
will.
out Livin' La Vida Yoko
Oh
on
my
Instagram.
God. Livin' La Vida who?
Yoga.
Yoga.
That wasn't me this time.
Oh, Ernie.
That wasn't
Yeah, but
me.
you're the one that started it.
I
And
did.
Boba Squadron, but we're gonna get into that later.
Bro, I was
Prospect.
so tired. I'm still so tired. Oh my God. You don't know the day I've had.
Asajj Ventress's lightsabers also dropped that day. The line to get into Doc Ondar's, I hadn't seen that before. Had you ever seen that, Ernie?
Yes.
Maybe on lightsaber drop days. Is it usually like that?
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I guess
it was
haven't
because
been there for a drop day.
I was there for the guards, the temple guards.
Yeah.
And it's the same. And I've been there before that as well,
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always like that. But I do, you got to give it to them because imagine if everybody just rushed in.
Yeah.
You
And I will say the line looked a lot worse than it actually was.
Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't
Yeah.
that bad to get through it, honestly. So they
Yeah.
are efficient about it, which is great.
The most important part was you were able to get your stuff,
Yes.
which is always awesome
Yes.
because sometimes that don't happen.
I know. Remember, I walked in and they first told me, they were like, "Oh, we just sold the last Cal," and I was like, "What?" And then then another guy walks in with a cart of them, and they were like, "Oh, I just meant the ones that we had up here." And I was like,
Oh wow.
"Don't scare me."
Yeah.
Wow.
But you hate it because it does happen that way. Like
Yeah.
you've been waiting all that day. It is May the 4th. And then all of a sudden, oh, sorry,
Right?
Cal Kestis sold out. And you're like,
Yeah.
what? Like that
Oh my
can't
God.
be. Yeah.
And
I was
that's
ready
not-
with Plan B though. I would have gotten the dark saber. Like I had a Plan B. I wasn't gonna leave with that one.
Yeah.
So that's-
Fred picked one up too.
that Doc Ondar's, that's for those of us who don't know and haven't been there.
Oh, sorry.
Doc Ondar's is where you can purchase the lightsabers and build the lightsabers, or just
No.
purchase them.
Purchase them.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Doc Ondar, like that's more of like a trading post thing where
Correct.
you can get the officially licensed and sanctioned things like the
Some
kyber
merchandise,
crystals and the holocrons and all all the other tchotchkes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Like
yeah.
the,
it is that
like
Doc
the
Ock.
Jedi and Sith tchotchkes are
Yeah.
in there.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
There was no freaking Boba Fett May the 4th. I was so sad.
What are you talking about? You got
Yeah.
that gallery drop on the book of Boba Fett. It was like an hour of Boba Fett.
Oh,
That
yeah. No, I
gallery
still haven't
was
watched that. I meant in the park because they had
Oh, I see.
characters walking around.
Okay, wait. No, let's talk about that. The characters that they have at Star Wars Night.
Yeah.
At least
can't
on paper,
wait.
very exciting.
I can't wait. No, I was looking at pictures all night. I stayed up and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Yoko,
I'm not-
so we separated from you guys and we went and ate and I had a prime spot
no,
on
you
Main
you
Street.
went on Hyperspace Mountain.
No, we didn't. We went and
You
ate.
didn't?
No. We just ate
Oh.
and people watched all night.
Fred, I guess was Fred. Fred must have been joking. I thought he was looking at the app because since we were connected,
Yeah.
Because Fred was like, dude, they went on they got rid of you and went on Hyperspace Mountain.
No, we were going to, but
I was like, that's fair. Was he joking? Wait, but did you have tickets? Did he actually see that, or was he?
Yeah,
was he
no. We did. I got tickets to go
Okay.
on Hyperspace Mountain, but we didn't end up going. We didn't end up going at all yesterday either.
Oh,
So I still have to watch it. No. That's not a problem, man. It was awesome. We're there all the time. Like I said, I loved hanging out because you don't get that all the time. So it was cool. But we went and got something to eat when we split, and that sandwich was amazing. But I had prime location on Main Street at Jolly Holiday. So at this time, everybody for Star Wars night, which the event is from 9 to 1 in the morning, but you get in at 6 p.m. We got to see everybody coming in, and oh my God, it was so great. These people's costumes were elaborate or yet so simple. Paul, they had Spaceballs there. They had a group of 7 dudes with the big white helmets and just a white clock. And I yelled at them, I was like, I'm surrounded by a bunch of assholes. And they're all, yes. And I was like, yeah. It was amazing, dude. They were awesome. There was everybody.
And the key difference with these evening events is that they do allow cosplay.
Yeah.
Which you usually can't do.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to know.
I
was muted.
No helmets, right? I think was the rule, Ernie?
Correct.
Yeah.
You can't come in with some people snuck them in because they'd have their kid wear it. And then because there was a dude in Boba Fett costume walking around by the Falcon, and he was taking pictures with people. So I guess it's at a point until you get busted.
Yeah.
But they let the little kids do, and it's the Hasbro one. So like, oh hey, I just bought this. And then like that, but you can't. There was a dude there as Savage Opress, and oh my God, at first I thought he was a Disney character.
Really?
And then I realized that there was no CM with him, a cast member, and then he was like saying what's up to people. I was like, oh my God, that dude is just here. He looked amazing. He had the build, he had the height. It was dope. But then like Yoko was saying, for the event, there's so many out there. Rex is out, Sabine, Ezra, Jawas, Tusken Raiders.
You mean these are
Ahsoka,
official park characters?
Yeah.
Okay.
that you get photo ops with.
I was a little. I don't want to say this and come across wrong about it, but I was not impressed with the Sabine and Ezra choices.
Neither was I. I seen some people walk in that were way better than that. But it's cool that they're still out.
But they also didn't get their race correct.
No, they didn't. So, what else did you have? You had all the food. You had other picture spots that are set up. Like I got to take one on the Sarlacc pit.
We got to take one of me
fitting.
pushing you into the Sarlacc pit. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. We already set that up, and I will happily do it.
You have to pretend you're blind.
Oh.
You have to pretend you're blind.
Oh my gosh.
We'll bring a stick or somebody saber, and we'll have her spin and hit me, and I'll fall in.
You guys didn't take that picture when you were there?
We couldn't because it was blocked off. Like it's hidden during the day. They bring it out at night at the night event.
Me and Fred tried some stealth moves though. Yeah. We were trying to see what there was because they covered it in bushes. And so like I was a look at and Fred went for it. But it was on the event, there's tons of stuff like that. The Wampa, the throne, Jabba. You can take a picture with Jabba.
Nice.
It's Jabba. He's French.
Jabba.
It is interesting that they didn't have Boba Fett or Mando as characters, though.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Well, even out during the day because you had what was her name that we saw in Tomorrowland? That's where I thought Boba was going to come out.
Phasma?
Phasma and her clone troopers, and she was walking around because they used to do that back in the day with Boba Fett, but they didn't have anybody. And then I really thought Mando was going to come out, and nothing either. But
that's weird.
That is a little weird.
Yeah,
it's the most popular,
correct
current property right now.
Yeah,
and who knows? Because the first night, Ahsoka didn't come out for pictures. She was only available at the terrace at the top of Tomorrowland. They said something had happened, and so she was only waving hi at people. She wasn't available for pictures.
She didn't actually do pictures. I see.
Correct.
That's what you're saying. I didn't understand that. That's why I haven't seen any.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it was just for a short time. So
I see.
yeah, I'm sure we're gonna get everything. I can't wait. There are some tips out there to order your food first. Pictures went for like an hour long, so you're gonna have to make the decision of who you want to picture with,
Yeah.
or you're gonna do the event.
You're not gonna look at them all, right? So you gotta prioritize.
Yes, absolutely. Because the events are there's a lightsaber meetup, which is huge. Oh, you know why we saw so many lightsabers, Yoko? They were selling them right when we left Galaxy's Edge. They started selling them outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, little $30 ones that lit up bright and everything, but had good hilts, which was very smart because then they have a time at like, I think it was like 8 or something, and Rey comes out, tells everybody to shut off their sabers at the bottom, and she gives a speech, and then everybody ignites, and it was just
that's so cool.
right. You have that, like I got chills, and then there's a fireworks show.
Mm-hmm.
Rey, what else is that? I do want to see that as well too.
Yeah.
So can I ask for this lightsaber meetup then? So Rey comes down, says a speech, like you said, and then it's dark at this point, right?
Yes.
And then everybody lights up their sabers?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then what happens? Do they fight each other?
Screaming, yelling, pictures.
Like, and then all of a sudden, shh. And then they start blaring like Duel of the Fates.
Dance battle again.
Yeah. And then everybody just starts LARPing the shit out of the park.
That would be great, actually.
Right?
Like if
and
that did end.
That would be so much fun. And then the looting begins. And like people start like grabbing handfuls of like props and shit like that.
Yeah,
just
man.
going
I'm
for
taking
it.
droids.
Right? Yeah.
Droids home.
No?
You would see that huge mythosaur skull that they have for a picture just behind me. Yeah.
Ripping it off like shit, carrying it out.
So along with the lightsabers, there was other stuff, Paul, and people were missing it. And then like Yoko's after that, and then barely out today. We're going back Sunday, so if I find anything, Yoko, I'll grab it for you.
Thank you. Anything specifically the bucket.
The bucket. Well, the Starbucks mugs, I'm saying, because those have showed up before inside.
I'll get the mugs online. Yeah. I'm not too worried about that.
Okay. But the AT-AT I'll get for you.
Yeah. Yes, please.
They brought out the Falcon that morning, and that was gone too.
Sorry, did you say the AT-AT?
The AT-AT?
No. The AT-AT what?
Oh,
you said bucket?
Popcorn bucket. Popcorn bucket.
So it's like
they didn't bring them out that night. Yeah.
No, I'm not some gatekeeping douche nozzle. It's like you called it an AT-AT instead of an all-terrain armored transport. It's like, no, man, I call them AT-AT. I just wanted clarification because I love AT-AT or AT-ATs.
Oh, it's
all-terrain armored transports.
I love popcorn bucket, and the legs move and the head moves.
Oh,
but you don't. Yeah, it's a re-release, right? And I tried to buy one off Mercari, and it showed up broken. Because they break really easily with all the little parts on them. So don't. Right. I would recommend not buying them off eBay or something because they don't break.
Could show up broken, right?
Yeah.
So I'll grab you one if I see it on Sunday.
Thank you.
But they brought out the Falcon. They've had the Falcon before from Solo, the big one, and people are wearing that like old school favorite
plate. One hanging right here, but that was my old place.
Oh, they're huge. And somebody showed it that morning, but they had already ran out. So
really, I didn't even realize that.
That was something they said, that they literally found some old boxes and then put them out, and they were gone. Funny. Right? Yeah,
that one is a cool piece. It lights up. Yeah.
But it was a really fun day. It was cool.
It was still fun, even though and then because of the evening event too, they kick you out at 8:00.
Yeah,
on the Disneyland side, you can then California Adventure's open a little bit later. California Adventure was pretty slow though.
Yeah,
because everyone was on the Disneyland side. But I went over there just to eat afterwards. And I saw Moon Knight. He was there. He was out there posing by the Quinjet.
It's very cool.
And Mr. Knight was taking photos. But yeah, that was good times. I still have. Huh?
Did you get to finish the show?
Moon Knight?
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin,
you haven't seen it yet?
No.
That was the homework.
Didn't have time. Sorry.
You act like you were busy on the 4th. What did you do on the 4th?
It's hard to talk about the show without spoiling it and talking about it every week and just say like it was good. I liked it. But I didn't have time to. Was that Wednesday?
Yeah, the finale aired on Wednesday.
Tuesday night. Paul and I, you were off having real fun, and Paul and I were having virtual fun. Sounds a little kinky, but no, I got to unbox toys.
You just
On the
made it
internet.
kinky, dude.
Somebody
Like, it was
listening
all
thought of
fine,
it.
and then you just went and
Yeah.
you made it all kind of like, oh, damn.
There's one person at least listening that was like, "Oh, what happened?"
That giggled a little.
And that person's name is Kevin.
Right. Yeah.
But no, I got to do a cool unboxing event for Toys R Us and got to look at some new toys, talk about new toys, and talk about the Kenobi trailer with Paul when
Yes.
Paul hopped on.
Yes.
And Kenobi coming up. There's the new Black Series Vader helmet. There's a Kenobi lightsaber.
That helmet, it's because I have the first version, the Black Series, and
Right.
it's pretty cool because it comes apart. Like there's a neck collar piece that clamps on, and then you have the mask itself, and then the helmet part. So it looks really cool in that sense. It's small, like a lot of Black Series helmets are, and that's to save on packaging. And really, they're aimed for little kids. But it looks great on a display, even though it is not as accurate as it could be. I mean, it's close, it's in the ballpark, but there are certain features about it that are like you look at it and go, okay, well, that's just a replica. It's not, if you don't know, it's fine. If you know, you look at it and go, the proportions are off and the shape is weird.
Yeah.
So I'm
I think
curious about this
that'll work for me.
new deluxe version, right?
Mhm.
Because looking at it, it's like it's still got that same sort of. I'm wondering if they use the same mode. Like, what about it is deluxe? Is my thing, because I haven't really had a chance to really dive into that yet. I know for the first one, it has sounds. It's got a bit of the voice changer. It's when you connect it, it makes that hissing like
Mhm.
like it's
Nice.
sealing off sound, which is really really cool. And so I'm sort of like, do I get it? I'm getting out of Black Series, and that includes almost all the helmets too. I'm because I have the Novos versions of them. So in my Black Series Purge, some of the helmets are going as well, right? And then again, that Obi-Wan Kenobi, that the Elite series, Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber. I've got the first generation Obi-Wan. That's the first Force FX lightsaber that was gifted to me. Actually, Anna bought it for me, and I remember it was like $150 way back in the
Wow.
day.
Wow.
And I had to beg to get it. Like, I'm not ashamed to say that as a grown man. I was begging my wife, please, 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 can you get that for me for my birthday? And very reluctantly, she did. She got it for my birthday, which was awesome. But again, with that series too, like I know with the other Elite Force FX Elite lightsabers, it's got some color changing abilities. So when you strike it against something, it'll change the color wherever it's contacted for the neopixels. But the thing is with Black Series that I'm finding is too, when the hilt is, I mean, they're removable now, which is great, like the blade from the hilts. I know for my Disney Parks one, I got the Leia lightsaber. If you put the blade in, you have to change the top of the hilt to the chunkier version. So so it can, oh God, this sounds so bad. Accept the girth of the blade as you insert it into the handle, right?
It was fine. It was fine
yeah.
until you made it weird.
I know. I suddenly realized. See, it's spreading, Kevin. And so, if you're just displaying it without the blade, it looks great because it's got the thinner sort of nozzle on the end. But if you want to put the blade in, you got to put in the big fat sort of fitting on it to accept its girth. Because the blades are heavy, and so you need that thickness to really just grab onto the shaft and hold it in place as you swing it around. So that's the same thing. So I'm wondering, this is what I'm wondering. That is, those two things. I'm wondering if, like the Disney Parks sabers, if the Black Series Elite will have that secondary head, or
yes, it does.
Receptacle. Will it?
Yes, it does.
It does.
Okay, that's perfect then. That's perfect.
Yeah. There's one where you put the emitter on the top if you don't have the blade in, so it doesn't have the.
That's a proper term. emitter. I was
emitter.
calling it the head.
Yeah, it would have been a much
so,
different conversation if you had used the correct term.
Yeah, it would have
From the
been less.
beginning.
Yeah. So and that's the thing, and so now I'm like, oh, okay, because I still will collect the lightsabers. I do love the lightsabers on it. One of the things that I'm actually going to be unboxing for Funboxing Sunday, the supersize, our 40th edition of Funboxing Sunday. Lordy, I've got 40. I was able to get my hands on Disney Parks limited edition, the Sentinel lightsaber, the Temple Guard saber.
Oh,
So I got,
Nice.
yeah, so that's going to be in the big ass box.
yeah.
With the dual sabers, I was able to get them. They were at Toy Traders. They had 2 of them.
Oh, that's the one I was talking about that I was there for. In the special case and everything.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, awesome.
Pick that one up. But
Nice.
I paid a premium. I paid a premium for it. Like,
Yeah.
that was spendy. I did not expect to see that. I saw it. I was like, damn it, this is not fair, because it's like, this is an insta buy, and it's like, fuck. How much? Okay, but it's a limited run of only 3,000. Right? So it's like, I'm a collector. I collect lightsabers. I can afford it.
And they're
Gotta have
numbered.
Do it.
And they're numbered.
And they're numbered.
Yeah, so that's cool.
But it's huge. Like this box is, it's in the shipping box. The Temple lightsaber. It's in. So I was lucky enough to get it in a shipping box, but I have to ship it home. I can't bring that on the plane with me. It's not going to fit in my luggage. Right.
You know what I love? Leaving Disney, all the airlines know that people are bringing lightsabers on as your carry-on. They're like, oh yeah, as they're packaging it for me at the park, they're like, oh, the airlines, they're all cool with it. They know, they know it's a thing that people are just brandishing lightsabers onto the plane.
I can only imagine what's going to go down for Celebration.
It makes me feel like I need to step my game up, though. You know, like I had outfits planned for that weekend, and now I'm like, ooh, now I'm going to start over and figure out.
That was Corinne just sitting there while we were eating, looking at people. Yeah. Then she's like, oh, okay. Her idea that she was telling you earlier is just all blown out the window.
Is it?
It was, yes. And she was just like, oh. And she was going to town looking at people's, oh, okay. And then he was like, yeah.
Well, I know, but it makes me want to like be, you know, this is a chance to like go in almost full cosplay. Like, do I want to do that?
Right.
You know, instead of just the Disney bound outfit that I had planned. But I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I still can't decide if I'm ready to cross that line or not.
Well, the big thing with cosplay I find is comfort over functionality sometimes, right? Like sometimes when I cosplay, it's like, yeah, it looks really great, but it's like it's uncomfortable. It's like you really have to invest in a really good cosplay, at least for the Star Wars stuff that I have.
Yeah.
Is there isn't much, like, especially if I'm wearing armor, it's like, you know, it's gonna be hot, it's gonna be limiting, it's gonna be, but the wow factor is there, right? Versus something that is way more comfortable to wear, right? So it's that sort of like, what are you willing to put up with, and how flexible are you in terms of like, how long am I going to wear this for? Can I change out of it and then come back to the park or whatever? It's that's always, whenever I go to a con, it's like, how comfortable do I want to be? How long can I last in this for, basically?
Yeah.
And the photos that people are going to stop you for.
Yeah.
If you're wearing a bucket, if it's that good, you know, like I said, the Savage dude was being stopped. The from Spaceballs to Savage to people who did look good bounding were being stopped. Behind us, we had a Hera. She looked good. She was being stopped the whole time. Yeah. So that factors in too. Are you gonna be able to put up with that? Like, is it gonna be that good? Somebody, hey, can I get?
So I don't want to be that good.
Right.
Do I get left alone?
Yeah. But I get what you're saying.
I was looking for a costume Tuesday night. I'm like, man, I should have gotten a costume for the stream on Wednesday. And I was on Amazon looking for like costumes, like full ones. And I'm like, I would have paid $200, $300 just for the stream, but it was too late. You can't
You were way too late. But the easiest one, probably, if you would have got somebody to pick you up from Galaxy's Edge, would have been that X-Wing jumpsuit. Everybody would have known what it is, and that's a purchase and go. You know what I'm saying? Like, just throwing it on, you would have been set.
And that's a Resistance X-Wing suit, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's over there. I think it's $250.
Oh, yeah, I would have bought that. And then I could wear the Poe Dameron helmet.
Because all the stuff at Galaxy's Edge, it's sequel onward. They're not selling the OT stuff or even the prequel stuff, right? Like the Jedi.
Okay.
I know they have Jedi. Row.
In Batuu, so in Galaxy's Edge is set in that time period, so that's why only that stuff is there. But so over in Tomorrowland, though, what is it? Star Traders.
Yeah.
Right. That's why a lot of Star Wars other stuff is at Star Traders.
Okay.
But in Batuu, though, they did start selling Han's vest, and they just didn't label it.
Oh, yeah.
Generic.
His black one?
Well, they have a Leia dress, too.
Vest.
There's a Leia dress, too, I think.
There is, because I was going to buy that.
Inside, you're going to buy it for your lady or for yourself?
I was going to, well, she would wear it, but it's for me.
It's for him.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
I got you. All right.
Yeah.
How much is the hand vest?
Knows.
The Han vest. Do you remember?
I want to say
Kyle.
70,
I know, like Kyle bought it. It can't be that expensive.
Oh, he did? I've seen it before. Yeah, I think it was 70.
$70.
Yeah.
And how close are they to the actual, like, do they look accurate? Is it just a black vest?
Yes.
With the Star Wars sticker on it? Does it have the pockets?
Yes, all the pockets, everything.
Pockets.
Yes.
Ernie.
Yes.
If you see them,
okay,
do you mind picking me up a vest?
Well, all you have to do is tell me, as long as your PayPal ready, that you can send it to Corinne's
right
card.
away. Ask Yoko. I'm good with that.
Yeah. No.
Ask Sideshow.
I'm saying for real. I'm saying that's the only way.
Kevin.
Yeah. No, I'm more than happy.
And Ernie doesn't mind if you hit that button 3 times.
To help. Yeah. I was like, and I'm like,
No,
let's go eat. All tipped. That's amazing.
But on the stream, Paul and I got to look at the Kenobi trailer. I know Yoko and Ernie, you've since watched it, right?
Yeah, but I meant to watch it on a bigger monitor because I watched it on my stupid phone.
Same. We were there. Yeah. Same.
Because that was Wednesday morning, right? Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
So it was before. So I was staying with my friend in San Diego, and then we drove to Disneyland, which is like actually, I don't even remember how long of a drive it was. Like an hour and a half, maybe. Does that sound right, Ernie?
Yes.
But I had set my alarm for 6:50 a.m. to be ready for the 7 a.m. Shop Disney drop. That I don't think I ended up buying anything because of we didn't know how much those Ahsoka sabers were going to be, and then I saw 400, and then it sold out before my time in the queue.
I logged on at work on my phone.
Yeah.
Like I was in the makeup chair.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God, it's past 7. It was like 7:39 a.m. Pacific. Yeah. And there were only 34 people ahead of me in the queue, but it was already sold. I mean, within 5 minutes they were sold out of the Ahsoka lightsabers.
Ahsoka, yeah.
So it was a long shot anyway, but I remember. And then the Kenobi trailer dropped.
Yeah.
And so like I had my phone and I'm in makeup trying to watch the thing and just like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Can you tell them to stop while they're applying makeup or not? Like for real. Like I'd be like,
no,
wait,
if I say,
Kenobi's on.
Yeah.
Or are you like, trying to adjust and look at it and, Yeah.
To be honest, I said I had to go to the bathroom. And so they let me go and I ran to my trailer and watched it in the bathroom of my trailer on my phone. And then ran back.
Just like everyone else at work. Sneaker drops.
Right.
Any kind of release. Like, gotta poo. Gotta go.
Well, even more, did you say a damn it, Kevin, while you finished watching when you realized you were in the bathroom watching the trailer? Just like,
no,
Kevin?
No, because when I was on Kevin's stream, he asked me, did you watch the trailer? And I said, yeah, on my phone. And he laughed. He's like, yeah! He was so happy. Did you see?
Desperate times, man. Yeah.
But I had no choice. With Kevin often, he does have a choice. He
true.
chooses the phone.
It's true.
Right.
Or wait until I come out of the bathroom. Like, no, I'm not gonna wait. I'm just gonna watch it while I have a few minutes to myself.
To yourself. Yes.
Exactly.
But it was great,
Well-
man. I couldn't believe it.
I'm surprised the shots they showed at the end of the trailer. If anyone hasn't seen the trailer, well, you know, it's not a spoiler. It's a trailer, but they showed those scenes of Vader being put together. Let's do the non 3-hour breakdown of the trailer. Just quick thoughts, Ernie. Seeing Vader and everything in that trailer.
I know we had talked about it before that, you know, do you want to see another trailer? Do we need to? How hyped are we? Man, that hype level went back up. And, dude, that was the deepest of burns that I've ever heard. I literally kept rewinding that part when he's talking with Owen because it was kind of unbelievable, right? To hear him say, like, okay, it's always in our head, these made up stories like Paul and me grew up with. Like you did, you made up background stories to yourself. Well, I bet you this happened and this happened. And to hear it said of, well, he's going to need to be trained. And he straight said, you know, oh, like you did Anakin. Whoa, that's everybody.
That hurt.
Yeah, for real. It was like, oh man, I can't. Did he really? And I had to rewind.
Low blow.
Yeah, that was just sick. I couldn't believe it. In my head, who is he talking to at the beginning? Stay hidden.
Oh, he's talking to another Jedi. Full show.
Yes, that's
right?
what I feel too. So,
Yeah.
but then now your question is who? Right.
It's Kumail Nanjiani.
The glimpse of him that we saw.
Yeah, it's Kumail.
Okay, so is this a brand new character or is this somebody
Yeah.
canon that we know?
I don't know. It's going to be fun to find out,
Yeah.
right? It'll be so much fun to find out.
I want it to be Cal.
So, do you think it was Cal? Then Yoko?
I want it to be Cal.
Cool.
I'm putting everything together and I thought so too. We have his quote of him saying something of mentioning the game and how the director is trying to keep everything together.
He mentioned
not
a game.
But what other game would he be talking about?
I don't know. That quote, look, I want to believe, but like what we were saying, what was the headline was like, confirms connection between Fallen Order and...
I have seen it the whole time though, but the quote's everywhere. Even the longer one of him talking about that scene. That's just what I sent you guys. I mean, it's been everywhere. But I get what you're saying. But it does make me believe that. My second thing is, you guys just got the Cal lightsaber. Like, that was released. Why? Why would it be released like that?
Well, it was supposed to be released last year. Yeah, it was supposed to be released.
It was the fan vote, I know, but I still think all those are rigged. Like the Hasbro fan votes, the other fan votes. I think it's more of an interaction that makes you feel excited, but they know what they're releasing.
Then Ventress must be involved too. Then
because that's a new one too.
If you're gonna go with the lightsaber theory, I'm just saying, then it's got to be consistently applied to all the lightsaber releases.
Why was the Temple Guard one released? Because the Grand Inquisitor was the Temple Guard. I'm just saying. Yeah. If you are going off of that, he was the Temple Guard, which they may flash back to in Kenobi.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Right, with Ahsoka.
And then
the Ahsoka trials.
that's coming out as well, right? So
yes,
it is possible that it's not just Kenobi. It could be Ahsoka. It could be somebody showing up. It could even in freaking Mandalorian season 3. You know, that's the cross-pollination that's happening right now. The universe.
Tell us about Mandalorian Season 3, Paul.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm just saying, confirmed. Ewan McGregor hints at Obi-Wan Kenobi and Jedi Fallen Order connection. That's as clickbaity as it gets from IGN.
Right?
Yeah.
But he does. It's an offhanded comment, but it's true. It's still true. Even though they're digging for whatever thing, but like Filoni and Favreau, they do take into account even the video game stuff. Because look at the Incinerator Trooper from season 1 of Mandalorian. That's straight from the video games, right? A lot of these characters that are being brought out, they're from. So they're doing that. They're taking stuff from expanded universe, from video games, audiobooks, comic books, novelization, cartoons, and they're all drawing from them.
Don't forget about Little BD.
That's right. So I mean, already they've
already there. The connection's already there.
It was
So-
from his interview, the Jimmy Kimmel interview, where he was saying Deborah Chow.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was saying, Ewan McGregor was saying, fans know a lot. He doesn't know everything, but he's praising Deborah Chow as the showrunner, that she knows all this stuff, and it's important to them to have everything canonical interconnect and not contradict itself. And he mentioned all the types of media, including video games. And then this headline we're referring to is, can you read it, Ernie? From IGN? Just pull up that
I got
screenshot,
it.
please. Oh, Paul, go.
Ewan McGregor hints at Obi-Wan Kenobi and Jedi Fallen Order connection.
Right.
And it says,
from that-
in the little print underneath, IGN via Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes. But here's
So
the
it's-
thing.
Yeah.
In the trailer, there are purge troopers in one of the scenes, which were in Jedi Fallen Order. So, I mean, it could just be that. If
And the
he's-
building, right? The
The Fortress.
fortress.
The Inquisitor,
Yeah.
the
Inquisitorium.
Inquisitor's house.
Inquisitorium.
There you go. Whatever it is, the
I like
aquarium.
Inquisitorium.
The aquarium.
Yeah,
That's
so,
what
I
it
mean,
is.
that could
And the
already be
Inquisitors
it.
themselves, right? So it's like they're all there's going to be cross pollination. There just is, right? But that's
Yeah.
part of the. I mean, it's funny too because that's fans do. They grasp at every little
Yeah.
clue and go, "Aha! I've solved it. I'm going to figure out what they're doing before everybody else." It's like a contest now. Now the thing is, and this has happened too. Oh, Larry, that
Lucy.
Larry.
This is Lucy.
Lucy, hey, look at that. Oh, look at that. Ernie,
Ooh,
you're
your
out.
light is
Lucy.
bright. Thanks. Yeah.
Get the pause on. You're in.
Bye, Lucy. I'll be in the back laying down.
Just start stretching that leg up there, Ernie, and you can work your way back in here.
Thank you. Thank you.
But it's how fans, if it doesn't go their way, how they respond. Just like, and we've mentioned this before, like WandaVision, like how everybody figured out, like was being so clever and trying to figure out all these connections. And we did it to a to a certain extent for Book of Boba Fett. We were talking about the Darksaber and who's really going to wield, like who is
Right.
like that one guy's fan theory about how this is all going to fit together, and none of that actually came out to play.
Right.
But it's not like we threw a hissy fit about it and went, "Oh my God, it was supposed to be this," and they, that's the big thing. It's fun to postulate and theorize and to dig deep and get out, like think about all these clues.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just sort of like it's another thing to get really mad if your theory doesn't pan out,
Right.
right? And I think that's the one thing. These articles always make me kind of cringe a little bit because it's like I get it.
You're putting words in his mouth.
Yeah, and like being on the opposite end of that,
Right.
where it's like people have been doing that to me, and it's just like,
Yeah, where
Come
you've
on.
confirmed all these things.
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
I
isn't
have
that
no
how the
idea.
joke started?
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no idea what the budget
Absolutely.
is. I just threw up a number.
Yeah.
But somebody out there who didn't do their due diligence
Yeah.
published the freaking article, and now it's it's truth.
Mhm.
And let the arguments begin. People getting mad that there's only 8 episodes of Avatar instead of 10. I don't know where they came up with the number 10, but it's like all of a sudden it's just like the show's gonna be crap. They only have 8 episodes instead of 10. It's like, geez, you haven't even seen one single image from the show, and people are arguing it's gonna be garbage already. And it's just like, come on, man. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So
But Paul, you made the number one key mistake was reading that headline. Now you've confirmed it.
Holy
basically.
confirmed. Ewan McGregor hints at Obi-Wan Kenobi and Jedi Fallen Order connection.
Paul Sun-hyung Lee confirms that Ewan McGregor confirmed Fallen Order connection.
The name of this episode is going to be Ewan McGregor told Paul Kenobi will have Jedi Fallen Order characters.
No, see, you can't put it all. You have to leave it like the dots.
That's a really long title, though.
Yeah,
Right, so you just have-
Apple Podcasts will probably put the dots. and be
Paul
like, this title is
confirms.
way too long.
Paul confirms Ewan McGregor told him ...
No, it can't even be that. It's got to be. You have to overplay my importance in this. So it's got to be Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett star confirmed.
Oh.
Like, don't even put my name on because they're like,
That's right.
who is it? Now click on it, and it'll be like who the hell is this guy? Right? That's how you do it. That's how you're supposed to do it.
And then I'll put a credit or the source at the bottom. Source.
Yeah.
Boba Squadron podcast.
Boba Squadron.
Deleted
as,
scenes.
as taken from Instagram post via Jimmy Kimmel.
This reminds me though when I watched part of the Hasbro stream on May the 4th, and when they got to the pipeline reveals and they were like the surprise cameo from Mandalorian season 2, and I was like, ooh, could this be it?
What was it? A battle droid?
No, it was Luke.
It was Luke.
Oh,
The new Jedi Luke. Well, from Mando. Luke's getting his own figure in 2025.
Always Luke.
So
For a
because we
second,
don't
I
have
was
enough
like,
Luke.
ooh. Yeah.
I don't know. That Luke
Stupid.
guy is pretty popular.
They'll just call it deep fake Luke.
Deep fake Luke.
mhm.
Deep
Yeah.
fake Luke
Yeah.
with a removable face, and then it'll be Mark Hamill's
Ooh.
face right
Yeah.
now.
Well,
I
see,
would
that's
buy
the thing
that would be cool.
Yeah.
But seriously speaking, that's what I had said. What is a figure going to look like? Because it was the very first time
Yep.
we did the de-age, and he was always so serious. So, like, are we just getting like a
Yeah.
way serious Luke?
That'll be it because it's Mandalorian season 2 Luke.
Right.
So then when they release Book of Boba Fett Luke, they'll have a different face for it. Same body, different face.
I
but I
saw
think if
pictures
you're
from that behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was really there.
Yeah.
Wait,
Right?
He was there since Mando season 2 and Boba Fett. That was him.
But the thing is they use both of them in tandem. So they both
Correct.
get a path of the scene exactly the same, tried to do it exactly the same way.
Correct. I thought it was the other guy the whole time. And like Mark was instructing him or using his
Right.
voice and like that. That's what I had thought. I didn't know he was sitting there with the little Grogu shirt and everything. And geez, that's insane. I didn't know that for real. I can't sit that way. Wow.
Right.
What? Yeah.
Right. With his, he has legs like crossed in that. I was like, ooh. He's
right.
He's been doing some like Pilates and yoga. He's got a good stretch on there. But getting back to the Black Series release, I think if you're gonna do a Luke Skywalker like that, you lean into the deep fake Luke. You do that. You call it deep fake Luke with the swappable heads or the faces and stuff. And so you could have Mark Hamill with a bunch of dots on his face too, right? Like so they can do the deep fake stuff. Like really just lean into the technical aspect of it. Because then at least it's you look and you go, oh well, that's clever. And it's different enough, and you kind of go, "Yeah, all right, that's kind of cool."
I would buy that.
So we may not get a deep fake Luke character, but when he was on Jimmy Kimmel, Obi-Wan, he got to reveal his Hasbro figure.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, and he kind of dogged them out too.
But
Yeah.
first of all, though, he referred to it as a doll. He says, "I got my doll." And for me, it was just like, "Oh."
He just lost a bunch of fans there, or a bunch of toy collectors.
Yeah, I just not losing, but I think there was. I could suddenly sense a million collectors gasping.
Or is he marketing to women?
Oh,
And that woman's like, "Oh, I want a Ewan McGregor doll."
somehow I don't think so.
Nope. That's who's watching him on Jimmy Kimmel. Let's be honest.
It's very
And
true.
me.
Did you already pre-order yours, Kev?
Because otherwise, they would have just revealed it on Pulse. This was for the people who do call it dolls to buy it.
So the marketer in you thinks the male population would have bought it anyway.
Correct.
Having him paired with the figure will also capture part of the market that possibly generally wouldn't buy that.
Correct. I don't think that. I know that.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay, confirmed. Oh,
But
now
then-
Yoko's confirming things.
But then you have the added sort of like the twist in the knife, like Ernie was saying, like him dogging Hasbro because he immediately shits on the sculpt.
That's kind of
Yeah.
hilarious.
Like he just
Yeah.
turned and was just like, I've only had it for an hour. And then he goes, but it's like they have these 3D scans. And it's like they have all this, and then he just craps all over the sculpt.
I didn't think it looked bad though, did it?
He looks like he said, well, he like the guy it's sculpted after is making fun of it. And he's going, they could have done a better job. They scanned my face. Did they use an old scan from like episode 2? Like,
Did he say that? I didn't actually watch that
he
segment.
said that. And he's like, I look like Richard Chamberlain. Like, maybe they got an old scan out. And it was just like, wow, he's just shitting all over this.
Yeah, he said there's all these cameras that scan you, and it still doesn't look like me. And it's like, maybe if you're doing it for comedy, it's just like, you know, all the sculptors are like, come on, man.
Yeah, Hasbro just can't win right now.
Right, because he did. We're going to give you a reveal, and you totally crapped all over it.
Yeah, it's like, that's awesome. Thank you.
We were doing...
and did you notice if you look at the Hasbro, like the box itself, it looks like there's an there's a cutout or like a little for another accessory that isn't there.
Yeah,
like it
got removed.
Like, perhaps that's a spoiler then. That's like, this is a thing that might be a spoiler, so we're going to take it out and not add it in there. Or
that's what I was hoping. But then somebody had a good point and said if he was playing with it beforehand and he just dropped it, and we're all freaking out over that. Because my eyes went to the same place, Paul. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, empty spot.
Right.
What is that? Piece of Vader's head? Is there something going on?
Or like it just didn't get packed? Because that's got to have been like a painted output or something, right? If the figure doesn't come out for like a year, right? So it's not an actual production piece. So maybe it's something that didn't get made or didn't get included when they made the sample.
Maybe he was playing with it.
Or it's totally a spoiler. You know, like it could go either way, honestly.
So this figure's not coming out for a year,
right?
I think
when is it's a pre-order now, right? Did they say when it's going to drop?
No, this pre-order is coming later. So unless though that they're actually going to catch up by this time, I mean, look, I know I've had my Hasbro discussions, and I do say a lot on the other end, but because I've grown up with it, I've been a fan for a very long time, and I have a certain opinion about it. So if they are caught up now, and we are actually going to be getting true releases, because this is labeled as the Obi-Wan collection. The Obi-Wan series. That's what the Darth Vader helmet is. Yes. The Darth Vader helmet is a part of the Obi-Wan collection. So, unless we are getting... They're going to cut up and we get back into the age of show comes out, figures come out, and they're really going to surprise us. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But
this says spring 23 for the release. The pre-order is May 11th.
But they've also put out a thing before that of saying... hey, we kind of have to do that because we don't know what's going on right now. We're trying to get things in order. The G.I. Joe team had said that. I know everybody has different teams, but it was kind of a Hasbro letter that went out saying that of you may have some stuff that are showing up, you may not. Because, okay, take the Cantina member. Did you see that, Kev? The Cantina member that was shown that morning was already, people had it.
Oh, Figure and Dan.
Yes. The deluxe one.
Yeah.
And it was showing up in comic shops. It was here at Frankensons. Yeah, and that said next year. Right. So,
well, it's like the Omega and Echo, right? Like those are supposed to be people are getting them. And it was like, how the hell are these things being like? How are people getting their hands on them because they hadn't been dropped yet?
Correct.
Right. So. Yes. They do trickle out there. I mean, I remember like a week after they announced them, somebody had them in their car and like, I got these at my local Target or whatever.
They get it from Asia, right? Whatever they make there that goes to local sellers. Maybe someone ships it overseas versus someone who has to. It's kind of like that thing with Hot Toys. Like if you can get it from Toys Wonderland in Hong Kong, whereas it's got to get in a container on a boat, get here, and Sideshow unloads it. Like you can get it from overseas way before. So I think that's what people are doing.
There's two possible solutions, or not solutions, but two possible ways that they're getting that stuff early. A is someone at Hasbro is sending stuff out they shouldn't be, or selling stuff, because I've heard of things like that happening at companies. Or it's from a factory in China or someone in China. Yeah.
Still hooking them up. Basically, it's a hookup somewhere, right?
Yeah.
That's what I've always said.
Yeah.
And then the insane amount that they sell it for and that people buy it drives me crazy. Because, Paul, they'll give you your $20 Star Wars figure that hasn't even been released yet, and they're doing it like at $250.
Yeah.
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 And here you go. It's at what you were said earlier as far as because somebody has to have the look what I have first.
Yeah. Yeah. and then lie about it and say, I got it at my local Walmart. Right?
Yep.
They'll take a picture of it in their car and go, I got it at my Walmart, and spark a frenzy.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this very vaguely so I don't get anybody in trouble. But at one of my former places of employment, there was stuff that kept popping up on eBay early before anyone even had it, and they tracked it down. They figured out it was major licensor, whoever got the samples. So like, when you make something new, like samples go to the licensor before, early on.
Yes.
Whoever was getting those samples at that licensor was, I don't know if it was that person or if that person was selling it to somebody else, and then that person was putting it up on eBay.
Wow.
And they were able to track it. And they figured that out.
Ouch.
So like, there are shady people everywhere, basically.
Yeah.
And that's how stuff was getting out early in this very vague scenario I am telling you about. I am not
Correct.
telling you about. I did not confirm anything. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's true that it happens, and it's all for that name, though, I feel, to get it out there and to get that price hike up and to say, oh, look what I had first.
Yeah.
That's crazy, the amount of lengths that people go to just to be able to have that,
But hey, there's a reason for it. Like, the way I see it, if my YouTube channel was bringing in returns on videos where I'm like, hey, I could use that money to go spend it on this figure, right? To be the very first person to get it. I put pictures and put videos out.
Yeah.
And then that video ends up bringing in the views that, is paying out. It feeds the channel, right? So you could look at it as a business reason, or it could just be someone just wants the clout. Be like, yeah, I had it first.
Yeah, more and more it is. I'm finding they're like channels. It's like collectors who have a YouTube channel who do unboxing. They need that scoop. It's like anything else that's happening right now. It's like the news. People won't verify shit now. They just need to be the first to report it, to break it.
Very true.
They want to go viral. They want the clicks. They want people to go, oh, what else is new? And with that loss is like there's no integrity anymore. That's the other thing, though. With the race to become first, we've lost the ability to sort of hold ourselves accountable or to have that integrity to kind of go, this has not been released in North America yet through the proper channels. There is a distribution agreements by these big companies like Sideshow with Hot Toys that they will have the rights to do this. And you can circumnavigate that and go with other third parties that, they obtain these things in Asia perfectly legally. They buy them, they pay full price for them, and it's now their stuff. And it's like anything else. If I buy a car from a dealership and I want to sell it, it's mine. I can do with it what I want, right? So it's that gray area. If it's one person doing that, you kind of go, okay. If it's a company that's doing it on a mass scale and circumnavigating another company's distribution, it's like, okay, well, how do you fix that? How do you get around that, right? And then Yoko, I think to your point too, it's like then release it everywhere at the same time, not just in Asia. It's just like release it everywhere at the same time. Now, there are logistical problems with that, of course. But it's like if you want to sell that in North America, it's then you do the drop in North America first. Right?
Ooh, but sometimes it's not. I think if it was up to the company, that's what would be happening. But
yeah,
no,
I hear you. I mean, it's a complicated thing, but
people don't always follow the rules.
No, they don't, and that's the pity about it. And this is something that I recently learned of. Recently, like a few months ago, right? It's just like I had no idea that it could get this cutthroat, and now, especially during the age of pandemic, where it seems everybody's got a podcast, everybody's got a YouTube channel, everybody's got some way of sort of getting their name. Yeah, but Kevin, you're working out. You've built a relationship with Toys R Us, with Hasbro, right? You've done that. You've done the legwork for it, and these are like, legitimate official channels that you're working your way through and building up. And that's kind of it's harder. There's more time that you have to invest in it, but ultimately you're looked upon as somebody with integrity in this, in this field, really. instead of somebody who's just going to grab whatever they can to scoop everything and just be the first one to get the clicks, right? You're building your community in such a way that like you are a trusted sort of avenue for these companies, and I think that's fantastic, and you deserve it because you've worked hard for it, right? And so that's the relationship that you've built, and I think that's amazing. And I think anybody who's ascribing to wanting to do something like that, a lot of times, there people just don't want to do that work, and they want it quick and fast, and they want the clicks. And I don't care how I get them or who I piss off, I'm going to do it. And there are a lot of examples of channels that will go out.
I have a great example.
Okay.
And if this person, I want to say, and it's so true. And I know Kev likes to do his reviews and stuff the right way. He's never once been concerned about being the first as far as my working relationship with Kevin.
I would like to be the first for stuff, but I understand.
But you're going to do it right. But you're going to do it the right way. You do your reveals the right way. I had someone who got something early and then sent me an email being like, I don't know if I got a bad sample, but this and this and this are wrong with the figure. Can you what can you I don't want to post these pictures and get everybody all up in arms, but whatever. And I was like, and it was like sculpt and paint stuff, which obviously is not my area, right? So I forwarded the email on to be like, I don't know how to address this. Basically caused a bit of a panic. Turns out the guy hadn't taken the figure out of the box. And a few days later, they're still trying to figure out what happened with this one. They got some other samples. They're trying to compare it with the notes that this guy emailed me, and they're like, we're not finding these flaws that this guy is talking about. He emails me back and he goes, oops. When I actually took it out of the box, I realized I was mistaken, and it's fine.
It's because I usually don't open up my stuff, Yoko. So
oh no, this is with Ultimates. This is with an Ultimates figure.
I was like, hey.
The guy was trying to say the legs were backwards, or it was something weird. The guy didn't take it out of the box, and I doubt this guy's listening to this. And if you did, you know what? I'm okay with you knowing that this is how I felt about your email. But you caused a bit of a panic, and it turned out to be nothing. It was just because you didn't take it out of the box to look at it first before you sent this red alert email.
Correct.
So don't be bad when I don't respond to your emails right away now when you ask for more stuff.
Whoa, this is getting very specific. I'm going to type up an email to Yoko.
Sorry, Kev.
No. But thank you, Paul.
But do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, though? Mm-hmm. It's in the rush to be the first to get something out about it, you caused this company this is more. I don't know. I don't need to rehash it out again. But just do if you're going to do it right. Do it properly. Take the time.
Yeah, Ernie.
Ernie.
I know. I absolutely. Sorry. That's why I asked. That's why I asked a lot of questions.
How many viewers did you get off that, Ernie?
Not enough, sir. I'm still only at very small.
Paul, that's the first time someone outright said I'm doing something with integrity.
Yeah, I'm about to counter all of Paul's point. See, Kev, what you need to do is I'm just kidding.
What are you like? You're like me giving marriage advice a week in. You just started your channel, dude.
Correct. Right. That's what I was going to say. You need to market more, sir.
Yeah, Ernie's taking over all the channels, trying to rename them, making everything rhyme with Fallen Fett. This became the Bobbin.
The Boba Squadron.
I was so tired.
He guest hosted Midnight 30, and I heard he renamed it Midnight Fett.
Oh my god! No, I did not.
Fett Night 30.
Fett Night Ernie.
Fallen 30.
I didn't even watch the show. I just turned on and then had everybody, just stare at me.
How was that?
Hi.
How was that guest hosting?
In all honesty, it gave me so much anxiety. I was so stressed out. It really was. I take things like we were talking about to do that. Yoko asked. I got my shift covered. We were supposed to go to Disney, and I'm like, yeah, I can help her out. This is awesome. I feel like that's a cool opportunity, and that's important to Yoko. Whereas we talk about building up our stuff and everything, this is what she's been on, and it was the finale. Right. So of course, I know that I'm up to it. Like I said, we joke about me being new, but God, I've been doing this for a very long time. on all different levels. Now it's just myself doing it, which is very different. I don't have the funds for the fancy cameras or, new computer and everything like that, or, connections like that. But I love doing this and it's fun. And I've taken everybody's advice and now try to go on my own. So when Yoko presented this, I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I got this. No problem. Awesome. I hope it just works. And as I watched the episode, they answered everything in the episode. There was nothing for me to like speculate or go over. Correct, because it was supposed to be a series finale. Then they decided to change it to season. Like there's going to be a season 2.
Did they? Like I know you told me that, but I couldn't find anything about that.
I heard it was one of the shows that didn't get picked up again.
Yeah.
Bad news for like Hawkeye and for like Moon Knight fans, because that's the headline I remember seeing.
Yeah, I'll show you where they had switched it. So it used to say series finale in the description, like how Kevin had found the one for Obi-Wan and they took out some words.
In the description, it says that?
Yeah, it used to say series finale. Then it got changed to season finale.
Oh.
So everybody was like, oh, there's a second season because they switched it.
But there's like an interview with Oscar Isaac
where he had said, correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. No, I knew that too.
Okay, so we don't know anything actually. So there is stuff to speculate on.
Ernie, you've just spreading hearsay.
Oh my God. I'm not spreading hearsay. What I'm saying was it was great because they answered everything that we've been talking about. Everything that happened in the series got answered and like that. Even to speculations, because I know you haven't watched it yet. The end credits show something and they even reveal and say who it is. So there wasn't they showed him that's got to be him. They laid everything on the line, which was great as a whole. The only thing that was in there was it was jumpy at times, like if it was supposed to be longer and they had cut some scenes out. They had that. They revealed a new character. I've never heard her before. No, I'm telling you, that's it. So when that happened, I was like, geez, what am I going to get into here? And then people, showed up and we went on. We did have a conversation with a couple of people, but it wasn't what I had imagined. So now I'm like, I failed.
No.
Right. I was just like, oh, this sucks. And then
like midnight, I always think of Midnight 30 more as like a therapy session. You're just there to like help guide the discussion. You're not leading anything. There's no outline, you're just there.
Series finale. I wanted to make Yoko proud.
I'm proud.
And then there was nothing. I
am proud and extremely appreciative of you stepping in for that. If it wasn't the finale, I wouldn't have been as worried about missing a week.
Oh, absolutely. I totally feel you on that.
I was like, someone's got to be there for the Midnight 30 crew. So thank you, Ernie. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime.
And I think people got a kick out of seeing you step in to do that for me too.
It was cool.
The FET work is growing.
I love it, and that's what I'm saying, because your Twitch people have come over to some of my stuff and talked to me about it, and I love it. I love the aspect of everything like that. Like I'm saying, I would love to get to a toying around status, a Toy Migo status. I'm a part of Toy Migos, but that growing as a whole has been a lot of work. Kevin is a lot of work. You is a lot of work. Paul is a lot of work.
Dealing with me is a lot of work? Or
what?
Yes.
No.
Dealing with me is a lot of work?
Your show itself. Your guys' shows. Like I said, I know everything that goes into it. I do want to get there as well, too. So it was a lot of fun. It was nice. It was a lot of fun. My expectations of knowing what you do and what you handle and everything that goes up, I was like, okay, guys, sorry, but man, we got all the answers, didn't we? Because I was like, oh, cool. All right.
Just show up. You're like, so what do we do? I mean, everything was answered.
Because wait till you see it. I mean, everything that was supposed to happen happened. It was cool. Okay, awesome. There was some stuff, but I was like, oh, hey, I know I repeated myself a lot. So then I'm telling myself in my head, quit repeating yourself. Quit repeating yourself. When you get in that mood, and I was like,
I call that the committee. The committee in your head starts going, really? You said that, huh? Right. Are you doubling down on the stupid now?
Exactly. Exactly.
Shut up. Yeah.
And so, no, it was a fun conversation. I ended. Oh, and then I worried on that too. Am I ending too early? Should I wait for more people to join in? Oh, well, I need 2 hours of sleep before we go to Disney.
Oh my gosh. So we're not going to spoil Moon Knight because Kevin didn't watch it. But
very true.
I enjoyed the finale, and actually, I'll probably talk about it more on my stream Tuesday night with all the spoilers if anyone needs a place to talk about Moon Knight. And also, so I came home Thursday. And then I went straight to go see Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I was totally thinking you watched it today.
No. I went yesterday afternoon.
So Disney, driving, flight home, and then Multiverse?
Correct. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. My theater had 4 other people in it. It was great. Yeah.
I can't believe that.
I know.
Wow.
I was a little surprised.
When did, I thought the movie came out today.
Yes, like last.
It's Friday today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So do you guys not, and I'm being totally serious, Canada, US thing, do you guys not have midnight premieres there?
We do.
Yeah, but
Midnight premieres here are huge.
At 3, they start at 3 o'clock, at least on Pacific time.
Correct.
Oh, in the morning.
That's changed.
No. 3
in the
p.m.
afternoon.
3 p.m. Yeah, the midnight premieres have become afternoon premieres.
That's not midnight. 3 p.m.
I know, but it's true though. So Paul, it's turned
Yeah.
in from midnight to
my
11.
Yeah.
And then after the 11 thing happened, because they did, then it jumped to like 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then now literally we are at, mine over here started at 2 actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
At
So
2
it's
o'clock.
just call it a Thursday launch.
I feel like the last few years, like at least in the Marvel movies and maybe Star Wars movies too, I've gone Thursday afternoon to go see them. I'll take the afternoon off work to go see it so I don't get spoiled.
Yeah, no, in Canada it's midnight.
Is it?
If you want to see it at a midnight showing, it's at midnight. Like we're very good. Canadians are very good at following the rules.
We follow the rules here. There's no.
Do you not know the joke? How do you get 100? The joke is, how do you get 100 Canadians out of a swimming pool? You ask, and they'll all do it. That's the thing. That's the joke. And so we will follow the rules. They say you do not show this before midnight. And they won't. And so, that's so this whole. Well, of course, you guys are showing it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Thursday.
So, what did you think? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it, but I can't. I feel like I can't really say anything else.
Okay. Yeah.
So maybe.
Are you guys going to go try to watch it?
Eventually. But
as time permits.
Yeah, Yoko.
It's gonna get spoiled pretty quick.
I don't care. Did you? So you finished your Marvel rewatch before?
Oh, yeah, on the most part. I didn't get through everything I wanted to, but I will say, I don't know who in their right mind hasn't. But if you haven't watched WandaVision, watch WandaVision. That's the most important thing to watch before Multiverse of Madness. Okay. Honestly, you could.
That's great to put out there. That's
you could leave or take anything else. Honestly.
So it's going to be interesting then for people who don't subscribe to Disney Plus, who haven't seen WandaVision.
Yeah.
Do you think that does a movie stand on its own even if you haven't seen WandaVision?
Yeah, I think they explain it enough.
Okay. But you get the deeper cuts if you've watched.
Yeah. But you could watch it without having seen it, and still, it would still make sense. But I think that backstory adds to it a lot. Yeah.
What's like the last Spider-Man? If you hadn't seen Andrew Garfield's or Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, you still you kind of go, okay, I know they played Spider-Man, but if you don't know their stories,
I do think in my theater of 4 other people that there are certain moments where I think I miss, I'm thinking of the crowd reactions to Andrew and to Toby.
I was just going to say that.
It was pretty silent in my theater the whole time, and there are moments that I think a fuller house would have
lost their minds.
Yeah.
Do you think you were just too early? Like, was the 3 o'clock to the first one?
I think it's where I live. I think.
Really?
I think I'm like the only nerd here. Yeah.
I'm gonna go visit you then to go see that.
There are 3 other nerds. You should make friends. You should have made friends with everybody in the theater.
It was one old guy.
Oh.
One was like a dad and his young kid.
Okay.
And then there was like a couple other, like maybe they probably weren't high schoolers because they probably were still in school. But I don't know. It was just.
Yeah.
It was a random assortment of people. I was curious
That's
about
insane.
the old guy that was in there. Yeah.
You should have befriended him.
Yeah.
That's crazy because that's the whole reason why I go to a midnight premiere on a huge is for that crowd reaction.
Yeah,
I want
Yeah.
cheering with everybody else.
I missed those moments when I did rewatch No Way Home last week. Like I'm like imagining the crowd reaction in my head in those big moments, you know.
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
it adds so much. Same
Yeah.
as in Endgame, right? With Cap, that like you know like those moments in Endgame, but you know the Cap and Mjolnir bit, like that's to me like the pinnacle of crowd reaction moments, right? But although Toby or Andrew,
Yeah,
Garfield-
I got yelled at for that one because I just started cussing
what?
when that happened. Yeah, I couldn't hold back. I did. I was just dropping F-bombs. My honey's
like
trying to put me
excitement?
down. Yes.
Okay. Not
Yeah,
like-
because of the crowd.
Yeah,
Everybody just screamed, and I was just like, "Oh, I fucking knew it! Fuck yeah!" And just everybody screaming and cheering, and she's pulling on my shirt. There's kids,
And you're like, I don't fucking care. Fuck yeah.
They're all swearing
go.
too.
Fuck you.
hitting their popcorn,
Yeah,
drinking their
man.
Slurpees, just going by.
And then a lightsaber opens up, and then everybody's lightsabers come out, and they all start fucking going. And then the looting happens, and
It's so
so
great,
much fun.
so great.
We all turn into Jawas in the end.
Yeah, of course.
I think Paul's been in the apartment too long. He's in this looting mood
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and rioting mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it because the Leafs won, right?
We're fucking gonna go, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why you want to
See?
riot. This
Right,
is
yeah.
the sports
Flip
team.
over
My
a
team
car.
just won riot.
I'm gonna get fired of so much shit. Let's go.
Somebody give me a Mini Cooper and
Yeah.
just start shaking it. We got it.
I'm heading down
Yes,
to
Kevin,
Rogers Center to burn it down. Let's go.
You nailed it, Kevin. That was it. But that's why I went to a midnight premiere. And so with this, the times changed. I was just thinking maybe that's what happened. Like it really does suck that I'm going to go see it tomorrow. Because if I feel I see something and I cheer, I'm probably going to be the only one cheering tomorrow. Oh well. Because I do. Yeah. Oh, it's so and so. Oh my God, they did it. Yeah, and I'm being told to shut up.
Oh, I want to say something so bad and I can't. We better change the subject.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm going tomorrow.
You can tell me because I don't care. Spoil me.
Okay, maybe
Should
I'll
I
Kev, are
leave?
you just not
Should I
Kev, are
leave?
you just not that into it because of your children and all your time with all the shows and everything? Or yeah, you used to do midnight premieres.
Midnight. Who has time for midnight premieres, dude?
Wow, really?
Yeah, my kids are
That's
small.
crazy. No,
My
I know.
kids-
So that's what I'm saying. So, but come on, your kid. What
Midnight
about
or
before
not?
your kids? Yeah, what about before your kids? We're into the Marvel verse 14 years.
Dude, before my daughter was born, were you there for that story? I went with my wife when she was pregnant. We lined up at Force Fridays at Toys R Us. Like I could do that because there's no kid on the outside yet that I had to watch.
I know that. So that's what I'm saying before the movies. Movies, you never went to midnight premiere for any of those Marvel movies?
I don't think I did for Marvel. Probably
Star
not.
Wars?
But you seem indifferent to Multiverse of Madness though. But so like, are you not that
I'm not
interested
indifferent.
in
I just don't
you just-
have time to
okay,
go watch
that
it.
was the question I was trying to ask. If like you actually are just don't have time, or if you didn't care about it.
No, I care. I want to
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
it.
Okay,
but
okay.
baseball season's starting. I got to get up early every morning, so it's like I don't know when I'll have time.
Don't forget to stretch.
You play for a team?
I am not ready. I am so not ready for this season. Holy crap. Yeah.
Cut your
you play-
fingernails and don't forget to stretch. And Paul's on mute.
Play.
Oh no, he's there. What?
You play
play.
for a team.
It's like a beer league.
I play for we joined a new league this year. So before we were playing hardball in like softball sized diamonds. So it's much smaller. So your
Scarier.
reaction time in the infield is just like, oh god.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
and the fields were always like gravelly and yeah, it was like when ground balls would be like, I don't know, watching Plunko or whatever, they would just bounce in different directions.
Yeah.
But when you play in a nice groomed field, like you can track a ground ball properly. So we joined the was it Maple Leaf Baseball
Oh,
League? Something like that. Is that a thing you know of?
When I saw shots of you, I thought it was just like you hanging with your homies.
Yeah, because in Canada we just wear baseball clothes. And
Oh, I've never
pants.
seen you in
That was the
baseball
style.
clothes. I thought I saw you like going, like when I used to follow you in that way. I didn't know you were like full on into a team. Wow.
Did you unfollow me?
I might have when I saw
In
the
what-
sports. I
in
was
what
like, this
way?
dude ain't a real nerd.
In
Yeah.
what way?
I remember that one video you posted where the catcher called a ball a strike, and you got punched
Oh, yeah.
out. You got struck out, and as you were leaving, you were like, "Be better!" Like you drew that line, and then
Yeah.
gave him shit, and you go, "Be better!" And I was like, "Oh, Kevin's hardcore." I didn't know who you were yelling at until you you
Wow.
explained to me. It's like, oh, you know, where you were playing, the catchers were calling balls and strikes, and this
Yeah.
guy's strike zone was just like, you see it in the replay. It's like, yeah, it's way off the plate. But and then the other one was that big bruise you had on your thigh because you got a line drive in the thigh or something like that. You said you had this.
Oh yeah, I should have got in that catcher's face like in the MLB. You know when the coach gets in the umpire's face, he's like, "Do fucking
Yeah.
better! Are you
Throw your-
fucking blind? That ball was
throw your
never in
hat.
front of us." And they're just
Wow.
spitting
Throw a
and they're
base.
like riding
Next
each
time,
other.
throw a base down the
It's
line.
Well,
the,
you
I think
drew
it's the
that
Maple
line.
Leaf.
You drew the line in the where the ball went over. It was just like it was right there. Drew that line in the dirt.
Wow.
And usually,
How
if
are
you do
supposed
that
to hit
an
like
ump,
that?
you're out.
Super
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
Super
No,
serious.
it's no joke.
That's
Come on
why
now,
what I
got-
used to
got 4
do.
kids.
I'd skip the midnight show, but I would take my kids. I'd pull them from school. If it was a big sort of thing, I'd pull them from school and go, we're going to watch Rogue One. We're going to watch Iron Man. We're going to watch like any of these big movies. I pull them from school. And you have to call in Canada. You got to call the schools and say, my son or my kid is in such and such class. He's not coming to school today, and give a reason why. And I'd always say, because we're going to go watch the movies. And
Yeah, right. Correct.
I pulled them from school and we go to a matinee, and it would be like that would be the day, and it would just like we'd eat fast food, we'd see a movie, load up on popcorn, and afterwards we'd have takeout for dinner, and just it was so much fun. And it's because
Nice.
my dad and we never he was always working, right? And so and I'm thankful for that, but we never really did that, and so now I get a chance to just it's school. It's one day of school. They'll learn more and have way better memories of skipping school to go see the movies. And I like the matinees because they're calmer. Because I think if I took my kids to a midnight screening, they'd get scared with all the screaming and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing when they were younger. Now it would be different. I think they would totally be into that whole.
Yeah.
Correct, because they're older.
Yeah, because they're older.
Yeah. So I think I forced mine onto my kids too much. I got that look of, oh, you're that dude. You brought your kids. Yeah. And then it was the kids are tired and she really didn't care, the ex. So then I started going by myself. Right. And then as my kids got older, like you're saying now, and your point, my kids didn't care. They don't care about my toys. They don't care about my movies. They don't care about Star Wars. They're like, oh, whatever. And so they didn't want to go with me. So I would just always go by myself to the midnight premieres until it finally got ruined for me. And then I had to start going with friends because I went to the Transformers one and I sat by a kid and I was so excited because I was like, oh, here's a young kid, almost one of my kids' age, a teenager, right? And I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. It's Transformers. And I looked at him and he had on a Thundercat shirt. And I said, awesome Thundercat shirt. And he goes, what? I said, your shirt. Awesome shirt, bro. Like if he didn't hear me. Oh, I don't know. I think it's a band. And I was devastated. That midnight premiere for me just sucked because I was like, what the hell are you doing here? You're not here to watch the movie.
Non-believer.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, you don't even know the shirt you have on? That I think it's a band. Yeah. And
It's like
and
that guy. You know those people who go to a sports game and they're wearing like the team, but neither of those teams
Correct.
are like it's none of those teams that are playing that night. And I'm like,
yeah.
did you only have this hat? You're visiting, and you're just like, I'm gonna go.
Here we go. If my brother or a friend were to take me to one of their sports things, say the Dodgers, I would not show up in a Dodgers anything. I'd wear this hat and I'd have my own personal Boba Fett jersey, baseball jersey, That's how I would show up because that's me. Hey, I'm here. Who do you want me to cheer for? Like I got invited. Give me a hot dog. Like that. I don't, and yeah, so I think it's a band. You don't even know you're wearing Thundercats. That's what ruined it for me. And I remember I get home and Christina was like, how was it? And I was like, it sucked. I was totally at that point. I'm like, I need to find friends. Like, what is going on? And then, time went on and then Corinne enjoys it a lot, but her kids weren't into it either. And mine still weren't. So then me and Corinne got to go. And that was awesome because she was totally into midnight premieres or like that. And so that was cool. That was awesome. But Kev, dude, you got to try a midnight premiere sometime. I wonder if it would change
It's
you.
not like I haven't been to one. I don't know why you're so hung up.
Because
on
I
that,
asked,
like, midnight
because I
premiere.
asked you that, and
I
you
said
didn't
I've
answer. You
used-
said no. You said you went to the Force Friday for toys. So I'm thinking,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
the
saying
toys
that
are more.
Like you asked me, am I into it? I'm like, I'm not against it, but I don't have time to do it now. It's not. Like,
But I said, have
You're
you
like, you
went?
have to
You
go
did it.
try
Again,
one.
you brought up baseball. You're like, oh, well, I have early mornings. Got to meet the team. Got to
In
oil up my
Kevin's defense,
glove.
I think he said he hasn't for Marvel movies.
it doesn't matter. It's fine. It really.
I know I don't
is.
feel quite as strongly as Ernie about the importance of a midnight premiere, but opening weekend. But I do want to say, in case like anyone like feels like shy or embarrassed about going to the movies by themselves, like do it. And I like going to the movies by myself.
Oh, I did too.
No one's like, you don't want to talk to someone during the movie anyway, right? Like you want to like focus on it. So I like going by myself the first time, then you can go see it with a friend. The second
I'll
time
do you one better. I have gotten up to buying the seats next to me, so nobody sits next to me. That's how I roll
need
now.
someone to go
Yeah.
with me. Because
Yeah,
I don't know
there
when
you
to
go,
stop
okay.
eating popcorn, and I get so sick. And I'm like, please just take this bag. I have no control.
And there's nobody to take it.
Yeah,
That's-
so if
that's
there's nobody
hard.
there, I'm just gonna be like,
Yeah, why not, right?
That's the best part of going to the movies for me. Is like being
That's
able
what
to
I'm
pick out on
saying.
that popcorn. Put all that,
Yeah.
get that butter layered too. It's like, yes, please, real butter, $2 extra.
yeah.
Layer that sucker up. I want the bottom.
Oh wait,
bag
what?
dripping.
You have to? Oh, because butter baron. So you have to pay for your extra butter
Well, see, they have two
What do you
kinds
think
of
I
butter.
built my whole brand on, Ernie?
They
because
got
of
two
your
kinds. They got-
popcorn? I didn't know that.
They have the real butter behind the counter that you got to pony up $2 for,
Then there's
and then they have the free canola shit, which is butter flavored, that you could just
that
pour
margarine?
as much as you want on. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
margarine.
We have machines that you just hold a button and they're probably broken. There's butter flowing the whole time. I'll send you a video, Kev.
It's not
I don't
real
think
butter.
I don't think that's real butter.
It's
Ernie.
not real butter, Ernie. Why do you think they give it out for free, Ernie?
Nothing's
What do you
free.
mean it's not real butter?
Nothing's free. You're drinking plastic.
I
That's
put my
it.
head under there like chunk before and just
Liquid
Aw.
plastic, my friend. It's not real butter.
Because you also want them to do it because they layer it. Like if I
Yeah.
get the bag, I'm not getting butter in between. Like it's only going to be on top.
you have
And
to
if
ask
the
for a
more I
box on the
put,
side.
The top layer is just soggy. I don't have time to do science experiments at
You
at
really
my
don't have
seat
time for
and
anything.
like pouring
Box
them
on the side.
around.
Ernie, that's so much work, dude.
just
just
tell them
get
to
them to
layer
layer
it and
it
pay
for
the
you.
$2.
Again, 4 kids. Oh, I've never had to ask them to layer it. I think they see me fat already, so they know. So it's never happened to me. They're gonna like, one, this dude's gonna complain, and number 2, he's got to get
This
real
guy's gonna
butter.
want it.
Yeah, of course, like that. Like
They're
the,
like, we'll just
like
tell
the
him that's the
Chudo
real
Boba.
butter over there.
Yeah,
he's
see?
drinking it. He's just
That's
drinking
probably-
it. That's the
that's
water.
probably what
fountain.
I've had to be faced
Would
with.
you like a fountain cup for your butter, sir?
So I can pour it on.
Just have it. No, so
Yeah.
you can dip the popcorn into it. Come on.
Like
Just
fondue.
dip it, go home. You
Yeah.
just, like, get that fucking handful and just dump it in there. And Cookie Monster it so you have like this just dripping down. Like,
Shit, why do we do this at midnight every
That-
time? Now I want
that's why you
popcorn.
have the beard, man.
What?
Go to the movie.
Bro,
you
all
have time
that
now.
goodness.
You have time
I
right now.
I
Go to the
will
movies.
go like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kevin, but that's all I've been thinking about today. Literally, I told Corinne,
Popcorn?
I said, yes. I told her today sucked. I said, we got to go to the movie early tomorrow. And I said, oh, I can't wait for the popcorn. That's all I've been
Uber,
thinking
you know,
about.
You can order through Uber here in Canada
From the theater,
Cineplex popcorn,
Movie theater popcorn.
movie theater popcorn. They will bring you.
Wow.
And I'm seriously, honestly, I'm seriously tempted right now to
Why
just
not?
treat
It's their
myself.
most-
Yeah. Treat
It's
yourself.
their most profitable item.
That's cool.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Corn costs nothing, and they charge you what, $15 a bag?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
plus $2 for the
I'll
butter.
ship it out to whoever's high right now and put it on Uber Eats. Like, that's pure profit. You pay whatever fee to Uber, and they're still making money, especially during the pandemic. If you're not selling at the numbers that you were before, hell yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
That's why they
Popcorn
became
is the
available.
most
to Uber.
profitable.
It was during COVID that they made it available.
that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Wow.
So you can watch at home.
Yeah, digital downloads and all the snacks.
That's what keeps movie theaters open anyway. Is the
Yeah.
concessions. Yeah.
all
Yeah.
concessions.
They don't make money
off the movie.
on the tickets.
Especially not the first week or two. Yeah.
Well, again,
Yeah.
they look at me and they know I'm bringing in candy and stuff too. So
Look, I was just trying to have this nice moment to encourage people to like not feel bad about going to the movies by themselves. And it turned into like butter
Sorry.
shaming Ernie.
yeah, I'm
Impressed.
sorry. I enjoy popcorn. I enjoy going by myself and eating all that popcorn. I don't stop myself, Cav. And even so much now that I liked going to the movies by myself, that when me and Corinne go, I get a seat next to her and a seat next to me, so nobody sits next to us.
Yeah.
So I can fully enjoy the movie. And oh, if that lady tries to put her purse on my seat, oh, I'm mad dogging her. Like, you didn't pay for that, I did. You better hold your purse in your own seat. Yeah, because I've had that happen. She's like set her coat and her purse and everything. I threw my popcorn over there and looked at her. And then when she gave me a look like, hey, I threw my ticket down on the seat, and then she picked it up and held it. And I was like, all right, lady, if you want to go in half for the seat, that's fine.
That seems a little
But
harsh. That
Did
Let
seems
me
you
a little
use
harsh.
enjoy
the
the
seat?
movie. No,
Wow.
I don't want nobody to sit next to me.
But someone's purse can't sit next to you?
Because I paid my $10 for that.
I have to decide with Ernie there. He paid for that seat. If he paid for it,
I did.
there's a reason for that. As
That's
weird as it may seem, he paid for that seat.
But
It's
you
like when
didn't know that originally.
No, and that's why you got to do that, Ernie. You got to put that. You got.
I did. I laid the ticket down on it. Like,
Seems like, I'm
okay.
not gonna lie, feels like a dick move to me.
it is.
If I was that
You're
lady,
not
I
lying.
it's literally the big dick move. Like,
It
here,
is.
I'm gonna whip out my ticket.
Sorry.
This is my seat.
I'm not denying that Yoko or saying, hey, you're absolutely right. I'm just saying. Because during the pandemic, and we've gone back to the movies, people are just accustomed watching at home and they're loud. Oh, who is that? Or they're on their phone.
Yeah.
And like I said, me and Corinne don't go out a lot. We just do Disney. So to go see a Marvel movie, that's okay. Yeah, I'll go do that. Like, I didn't watch Batman. I waited for that to come home.
Oh,
But-
Batman.
It was good.
That was good.
And yeah, and then it was so strange. I feel like I have to go see it and see it
Mhm.
tomorrow. I'm a little bit bugged because it was so sold out. I didn't get that extra seat because I don't want that. I don't want your phone on.
Yeah.
I don't want you talking away. I don't want. That's my money that I invested to go watch that, and I want to be completely into it.
I would double down, Ernie, though, but I would say that this was a problem pre-pandemic. People just forgetting how to behave themselves in movie theaters, which is why
True.
I started hating going to the movies with other people because you have some shithead behind you with their feet up, which drove me nuts. It's like your dirty ass foot is like right near my head.
I hate
Put
that.
your
I
feet
hate
down.
that so much. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You've got people who talk throughout. Like I was watching a movie, two older ladies, like, oh,
Yes.
and there was this, and it's like, why are you here? Go to a coffee shop. And then you
Yeah.
have somebody on their phone who answers the phone call, going, yeah, I'm watching this movie. And it's like, what the fuck?
Or leaves the screen bright as hell.
Yeah, and it's just like, what are you doing? Like, you're playing a game? Like, fucking leave.
Yeah.
And so I would get anxiety because it would be like, who am I going to fight today? And
Yeah.
so
Oh my
for me, it was
gosh.
just like,
You're-
I don't like going
I
to
can
the movies
totally
anymore.
relate to
I
that.
No.
would try to sit at the back so no one could sit behind me.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it was ridiculous. There was no more etiquette in the theaters anymore. So I
Yeah.
stopped going
Yeah.
with, like, I hated theater audiences because nobody knew how to watch a movie anymore. And with the kids as well, if you go to a matinee, it's less crowded. You can relax a little bit more. People spread out a little bit more. But it was that I would get anxiety because it was like, it literally was, who am I going to fight? People were coming in, it was like, you look like an asshole. You're like, holy fucking talking, aren't you? Right? And like, you're people watching you and saying, like,
Yeah.
who is it? Who am I going to throw down with? And
I've
like,
sat there and rolled my eyes so hard at that person coming around the corner on
Right?
their phone, holding a drink, loud as hell,
yeah,
and a kid next to him.
yeah. Who's way
Yeah.
too young.
Yes, to be there.
Wow.
Yes.
Who's way too young.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've gotten that. Yes. I've tapped Corinne on the shoulder or something. It's like, oh God, can you fucking, oh God. Yeah, this is him right here. Watch 5 minutes into the movie.
You know, I was kind of feeling that way about movies too, but that's why I thought another like No Way Home was so great because it did remind me how much fun it is to go to the movies and see it with with other people in the crowd because like that does elevate the experience so much, you know. So that was nice to have that reminder from that movie.
On certain nights, though, it works.
Midnight
opening
premiere.
night, big night, like
Yeah.
where people are there because they want that
Because they
same
love
experience.
it, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And but I'm finding because I don't get a chance to do that as often because life gets in the way. So you're in with the dregs who are like, oh, what else is there to watch? Oh, let's sneak into here and watch something or whatever. And then you get people who are just like who don't give a shit. And
I can see that.
Just talk all the way through. So that's why I like home theater. You get a nice big TV screen. I can enjoy it, you know, on my own. I love physical media. That's why I collect. I got the OLED LED, you know, the OLED screen and nice sound system. And I can pause it when I need to go to the bathroom like an old man. We can order the theater popcorn. I don't get in a fight with anybody. You know, that anxiety is gone.
Yeah.
Right. So, and you can rewind shit if you miss it. It's like, what did he say? You rewind it. It's like, I still can't make it out. Turn on the captioning. Go, oh, okay.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
I agree with both of you. And Yoko, that's is why I do a midnight premiere, because that's I feel like that. Like you are getting that crowd, which is totally awesome. But like that, because I missed it, and now again I'm on what, third day, technically, because Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah. I'm, you know, I feel a different way. Like I'm like, oh man. Okay, well here it goes. Let's hope it's good. And then Kevin's just way too busy. Too busy. But I understand that old life, man. I get that.
He can't watch it on his phone.
Yeah.
Next week's homework is The Princess Bride. And for extra credit for the very nerdy students out there, also watch Princess Diaries. Did I get it backwards or that's good? That's good. We're going with that.
That was perfect.
Good.
I guess
extra credit, Princess Diaries 2.
For the extra keeners.
Yeah, with Chris Pine.
People who like to get 110 out of 100. Yeah, exactly. High expectations, Asian parents love to see the extra credit.
Yeah.
So that is the homework.
Is it time to wrap things up?
You ready to bring it home?
Oh, yeah. I'm super ready. Are you ready?
I am not.
No, we're ready. We're ready. I'm not telling myself. We're ready.
Go.
All right. This is episode 8, guys. I feel like we didn't really do an intro, so I'm going to outro this thing. Thanks for what? That didn't make sense. Thanks for sticking. What? Did you have something to say before I started? No? Okay. All right. Thanks for making it through episode 8 of the Boba Squadron. We really appreciate you being here with us. Thank you for listening and watching on the platform of your choice. We appreciate those follows, likes, comments, shares, etc. We'll be back again next week. Thanks, guys. I think that was my best one yet.
That was golden.
We're all flashing the peace sign.
That was golden.
You pronounced every letter in platform.